President Donald Trump's former press secretary, Sarah Sanders, has written a new book, and she apparently didn't forget to spill some tea. According to the New York Times, the memoir is an account of her time working with Trump, as well as her possible plans to run for governor of her home state of Arkansas. In excerpts from Speaking for Myself, Faith, Freedom, and the Fight of Our Lives Inside the Trump White House, obtained by the Times on September 2, 2020, Sanders treated readers to some juicy gossip when she recalled an awkward incident she experienced with then North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. According to Sanders, during the famous Singapore summit in June 2018, for a brief moment, both she and Jong-un locked eyes before he gave her a quick wink. Sanders wrote, "He made direct eye contact and Kim nodded and appeared to wink at me. I quickly looked down and continued taking notes, and for the rest of the meeting, only looked up from my notes in the direction of the U.S. delegation." But that's not even the wildest part of the story. What's really wild is how Sanders' boss, the President of the United States, reacted to the news. As reported by the Times, Sanders also recounted President Trump's reaction to her strange encounter with Kim Jong-un in the book. In a limousine on the way back to Air Force One, Sanders confided in the president and then White House Chief of Staff John Kelly about her moment with the Supreme Leader. In her book, she claimed that Trump couldn't believe what came out of her mouth, with him and Kelly erupting into laughter. According to her book, Trump told her, "Kim winked at you? Are you telling me Kim Jong-un hit on you? Well, Sarah, that settles it. You're going to North Korea and taking one for the team. Your husband and kids will miss you, but you'll be a hero to your country." The Times reports that Sanders, according to her version of events, made it clear to Trump and Kelly that she did not mean to imply that Kim Jong-un was hitting on her. The two men, however, continued to laugh and joke about the encounter. The anecdote is in line with the theme of the book, which is reportedly written to make the president look more appealing to the general public this election season. Sanders wrote, per the Times, that Trump, quote, "isn't perfect, but a second term for President Trump would be better for all Americans than the Democratic alternative." Sanders' book, unlike some previously written books about the president or those in the works, will reportedly praise President Trump and emphasize his best attributes. Sanders wrote about Trump caring about women, specifically mothers, and respecting Sanders as such. She wrote, "As a woman and working mom, President Trump not only empowered me, he defended me and reaffirmed me when the feminists and liberals were tearing me down with cruel and dehumanizing personal attacks." Sanders, for instance, described attending the 2018 White House Correspondents' Dinner featuring comedian Michelle Wolf.
"I have to say I'm a little starstruck. I love you as Aunt Lydia in The Handmaid's Tale."
Sanders wrote in her memoir, "I debated walking out or perhaps even throwing my wine glass at her, but ultimately I stayed in my seat and held my head high." The former press secretary also wrote that she felt like she was, quote, "on the front lines in no man's land in the battle between Trump and the media," adding, "In one of my first briefings in my new role, I noted that I was the first mom to ever hold the job of White House press secretary and said to my daughter, Scarlett, don't listen to the critics, fulfill your potential because in America you still can." Sanders also shared a short conversation in which the president shared a more emotional side of himself and almost admitted to crying. The exchange came after Brett Kavanaugh discussed his 10-year-old daughter during his Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. Trump said to Sanders after she asked if he cried, "You know I'm not a crier, but I'm not going to answer that." Only time will tell if the new book will truly give Americans a more 360-degree view of 45. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite hot topics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.